All right, good afternoon, 6-4 parents. Mr. Hagedorn here with our math update for next week. Remember, we do not have school Monday. Monday's a teacher work day, so we'll be here, but the kids are not here. All right, next week in math for both Math 6 and Math 6 Plus, we will be doing our practice problems and study guide for our rational numbers unit. That's Math 7. In Math 6, that's Unit 7. In Math 6 Plus, that's Unit 10. Our tests will be on Thursday next week as well. So make sure your kids are working on those practice problems and study guide. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Hello, OWL families. It's Mrs. Pedersen with your ELA update. This week we are continuing our study of Fright Falls Mountain, and we are starting to examine the effects of Fright Falls' interaction with the human world and how that can be beneficial to her, but how it could also be detrimental to her success. We are also continuing work with learning about DDT and its effects, and starting to analyze articles for authors' argument, how they support their argument with claims and evidence that helps further support those claims. So we worked on our mid-unit assessment for the past 2 days. Next week, we'll continue looking at different nonfiction articles to see the effects of DDT, not only in the United States, but worldwide. And then we will get started on our literature circle novels. So if you could please return the parent letter if you haven't done so already. And also, we are asking that you have your books, or that your child has their book starting next Friday. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. O.
Hello, 6-4 families. This is Mr. O with the science update. This week, we just got done with the Hunger Games project. That was a pretty awesome little thing we did for 3 days. Students invented a super plant, and they had different traits that either help them or hurt them in the arena of cards and choices. So we had some winners in each class and definitely had some not winners in each class. But today we started off with our final section of the ecosystem unit, which is biomes. Something very familiar with the kids from K-5. However, in 6th grade, we focus on the abiotic and biotic limiting factors that make each biome the way they are. And this is the way science looks at them all the way through college. So that's kind of a cool way to approach biomes and different from where they currently were. We're going to take a tour from North Pole to South Pole on Tuesday and Wednesday and look at the different biomes and why they are where they are based on where they are geographically on the globe. And then we will be creating our own ecosystem by blending 2 current biomes together to make a new biome, which doesn't currently exist. And that's how we will end next week and actually almost wrap up that ecosystem. We're going to do invasive and endangered species after that, but that'd be the last of it. Either way, don't come to school on Monday. Don't be that person knocking on a door that's locked for students. And here's Mr. Hutchison.
Someone will be here, though. We'll be here. All right. Let's talk social studies just fast. We are in our we will start our second week of the unit on decline of civilizations. We've done that this week. We've talked about decline. So we've gone over different ways that causes of decline of civilization. So we've talked about invasion and political issues. We've talked about environmental and natural disaster types of examples. We were working today and yesterday a little bit on the Mongol Empire, the rise and the fall of the Mongol Empire. We're going to carry that on next week and end our unit on the decline of civilization with a look, a couple of days at a look at the fall of Rome, because it's such a great example of how a civilization can decline through lots of different political and economic factors through that. When we're finished with decline, at the end of next week, we will then spend the rest of the school year diving deeper into the European Middle Ages, European Renaissance, and European Reformation. So that doesn't quite fit into our 6th grade plan, which is great. So you go geography, religion, achievement, politics, economics, social structures, decline. Then they get into the Middle Ages, which doesn't make a lot of sense in our pattern, but that prepares them for 7th grade, because 7th grade is a continuation of 6th grade. Think about it as World Civ 1 and World Civ 2. So they're going to take it from the Middle Ages and go forward into the modern era. So we're going to kind of prep them at the end of 6th grade with a unit on the Middle Ages of Europe, the Renaissance of Europe, and the Reformation of Europe, and then they'll be ready for 7th grade. At least that's the hope, right? Have a wonderful weekend, friends. If you need anything, let us know. If not, we'll see you next week.